Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. This includes any members who may be enjoying us for the very first time, wherever you are, wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. That's right. In my office, it's back in my beautiful, cluttered office. It is Sunday, March 1st, the 405th day of the Sex Offender Administration. That's right, it's 70 degrees and no humidity and a little bit of glare off my forehead. That's okay, but that's the way I like it, because I can fix it if I want to. I got makeup. I got the little brown makeup to stop the glowing on my forehead, but I'd like the glow. It looks like a halo. That's right. It looks like I'm holier than thou. But then again, you know I'm not. That's right. but on the other side of this wall is 39 degrees, 15% humidity, a slight overcast. And that overcast is not coming from the clouds. No, that overcast is coming from some dickwad 48 miles from here in Washington. Actually, he's in Mar-a-Lago. You know how we know he's in Mar-a-Lago? Because there's another disaster going on, and that's where he goes when disaster strikes. There's trouble, he hides in Mar-a-Lago. That's right. He goes, I'm going to launch a missile to Iran. And guess what? Then he runs to Mar-a-Lago and hides. Motherfucker can't face his consequences. And that's why he's doing it. That's right. He's doing it because we all know he's a pedophile. We got proof he's a pedophile. He just doesn't want it recognized officially. He doesn't want it on the record that he's a pedophile. So stop the investigations. Let me kill some people. And I'm going to keep killing people until y'all stop looking into my business. That's right. Well, we're going to keep on looking. People just got to keep on dying because we're going to keep looking into your business. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. That's right. And good morning. Good morning. Yes, you. I see you in the chat room. Good morning. That's right. Good morning. Good morning, Brother Evil. That's right. Woo, Lord. Mm-hmm. People have also called me the racy reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the freaky frisky friar, the ass man abbot, the colored cleric, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, the shameless shaman, Father Fistmas, woohoo, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy hoe, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, the tickle me theologian, the minister of making love, the clergy of cunning conversation while eating pussy, and that nasty N-word. That's right. The point is, okay, the point is that I come by many names and I come by many methods, but I do not come easy. No, Lord, indeed. So children of the corn, and kickbots too. You're not children, but you're kickbots, but you count. You deserve. Kickbots need love too. Let us all begin. That's right. Let us all begin in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! That's right. That's right. Now, a little while ago, I made a pivot from overtly talking about politics to focusing on other matters of spirit and entertainment. That's right. I used to have this long tirade about social injustice and about how the administration was fucking up. But I made a pivot because everybody was talking about that. And I wanted to do a little something a little more ministerial. I wanted to be a mild distraction from the constant barrage of depressing news. Let me say that again. I wanted to be a mild distraction from the constant barrage of depressing news. Yes, I did. That's right. And this right here is just a break from that. There's a difference between taking a break and burying your heads in the motherfucking sand. That's right. Let me say that again. There's a difference between taking a break and burying your heads in the motherfucking sand. But we are not burying our heads in the motherfucking sand. That's right. I know, and I know that you know, that Pakistan officially declared war on Afghanistan. That's right. That's probably one of those 8 wars that Trump stopped. I know the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran and killed Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, as well as his daughter, his son-in-law, and one of his grandkids. That's right. And Iran is retaliating by blowing up shit in some of their neighbors, some of the U.S. allies, like Mumbai and shit like that. Dubai. It doesn't, whatever the fucking place is, they all end in I, like die. That's right. Now, who knew? I did not know. Who knew that Trump's board of peace would be bored with peace so soon? That's right. Who knew that? You should have warned me. You should have warned everybody. I know that Donald Trump and his enablers are attacking our very rights and liberties every day. The Mad King Trump, the sex offender the first, that's right. That's right, I said it. The Mad King Trump, the sex offender the first, would rather burn down the world than face the consequences of his myriad of misdeeds. That's right. And we will deal with that tomorrow. But first, you bangy. It's time for our opening prayer, sponsored by Tangerly. If you need an opening, Tangerly has your opening needs. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer, a healing, forgiveness, a rumor, or just want to talk. Say, Dear Rev, I just want to talk. Please remember to send that email to me, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, DrRevJellyRolle @gmail.com, just like it's scrolling across the bottom. You see right there? It's scrolling across the bottom. That's right. Sister Ann, that's right. Anybody can send me a message. Sister Ann can send me a message because it's scrolling across the bottom. Mr. Kickbot can send me a message because it's scrolling across the bottom. Mr. Evil can say, I want to send a message. That's right, because it's scrolling across the bottom. Anybody within a shot of my ear. Just don't shoot me in the ear. Then I become president. Then it's scrolling across the bottom. That's right. So please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. Not the front end, but the back end. Because some people saying, I spelled it, EDRREVJELLYROLL. And it just kept getting rejected. That's because you put the E on the wrong end. The E got to go after the roll, not at that before the doctor. You don't put the E before the doctor, put the E after the roll. Got it? Okay. At gmail.com. That's right. And if you do it that way, you do it the right way, I get your messages and then I respond. That's right. Within 24 hours. That's right. You send me an email and I'll respond within 24 hours or days. Eventually. Now for our disclaimer. Whew. While all prayers, that's right, all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply, like a nice slathering of mayonnaise on a good sandwich. That's right. You just slap that restriction and slap that loophole right on there. Just go whackety whack. And somebody out there's going, oh, I like the way that sounds. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Spank me Amadeus. Oh, spank me Amadeus. Sorry. That's right. Spank me Amadeus. See, now it's stuck in my head. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that out again. It took me years to get it out the first time I heard it. Spank me Amadeus. Okay. Please. I'm sorry. I got to get this out. I got it. Okay. We used to sing hot potatoes, hot potatoes, hot potatoes, hot potatoes, hot potatoes. But we don't say that anymore because we're grown up. Now, spank me Amadeus, or spank me Amadeus. All right, sorry. please bow your head. Unless, oh, that's right, banana mass. Yes, that's a good sandwich. I think that clogs the arteries or loosens the bowels, but yes, that's right. We're going to nominate for sandwich of the day. What's that? Banana mayo sandwich. That's right. Please bow your head. That's right. Unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes. Just close them. Close them. And let Jesus do the driving while we pray. But do not. And we're going to be revisiting that a little bit later. Do not let go of the wheel until you know Jesus has control. Full control, not just the steering, but the gas and the brake as well. And by as well, that's what happens. The last thing happens before your ass hits that wall. It swells up like an airbag. As well. That's right. Dear Lord. We got like 7 of these a day. So if you keep them count. Actually, I didn't count, but it's a bit. But I tried to make them short. As short as I know how to make them. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Rondale Moore. That's right. Rondale Moore, former NFL player, has died. He was 25. The former Minnesota Viking was found dead in his garage at his New Albany, Indiana home. The cause of death is living in Indiana. I'm sorry, nope. The cause of death is lead poisoning. Self-inflicted lead poisoning to the head. He shot himself. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's put this up. Let's put the do we have that ideation scroll? Let's put the ideation scroll up there because we're going to be talking about ideating. We have that idea. Yeah, let's get that ideating scroll up there. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. That's right. He ideated himself. Moore took one snap in one regular season game for the Vikings. And on that one snap, on that one play, he suffered a career-ending knee injury. That's right. According to the Vikings, Moore was also a high school and college standout. Quote, Moore followed his successful high school career, which included a basketball title in Indiana before transferring and winning a football title in Kentucky in 2017. Moore was dazzling as a freshman at Purdue as well. That's right. So, rest in peace, Rondell. One snap ended your career, and one pop ended your life. You skipped right over Crackle. That's right. Can I get a bowl of Rice Krispies? Dear Lord, please bless Sister Kara Braxton. That's right. Sister Kara Braxton, former WNBA star, has died. She was 43. Kara Braxton's cause of death was sudden impact while driving disorder. She was driving a 2023 Blue Mustang Mach-E when she lost control and struck a concrete median last Sunday. That's right, last Sunday. And what happened last Sunday? I asked her to close her eyes and pray, but not let go of the wheel until she knew Jesus had the wheel. Now her Mustang is all mocked up. That's right. And the median, however, is expected to make a full recovery. And that is why we tell people to make sure that Jesus has complete control before you let him do the driving. What was the last thing going through her mind? The windshield. Braxton, a former WNBA All-Star and two-time league champion, played in the league from 2005 to 2014. She was drafted number 7 overall in the 2005 WNBA draft by the Detroit Shock. She went on to win championships in 2006 and 2008 with Detroit. And I think for those 2 championships, she earned a total of $8. Right, that's not a misprint. That's how they pay women in the WNBA. The former WNBA star went on to play in Tulsa after the Shock relocated, while also having stints with Phoenix Mercury, and New York Liberty. Braxton would play internationally in Poland, Turkey, China, and Italy through 2017 and 2018 seasons. That's right, 4 countries, no arrest. It can be done. And I'm talking to you, Ms. Griner. That's right. Rest in peace, Kara. You make disclaimers necessary and seatbelts irrelevant. Can I get a Dodge commercial? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Robert Carradine. That's right. Robert Carradine, actor best known for Revenge of the Nerds, has died. He was 71. Carradine took his own life after a long struggle with bipolar disorder. That's right. Another ideation. Put that ideation back up there. And we got another person died from ideations. We don't want them. There we go. That ideation. We got to put that up there. Carradine took his own life after a long struggle with bipolar disorder. His cause of death was confirmed as anoxic brain injury due to lack of oxygen, which he got by just hanging around. Carradine, in addition to Revenge of the Nerds, was also in Lizzie McGuire. Robert was the father of actress Ever Carradine, brother of Keith Carradine, and half-brother to David Carradine. Rest in peace, Robert. You should always try before you buy Polar. Can I get some happier news? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson, former NFL star. We can get rid of the ideation. No more ideations from here on out. Everybody else died from something else. No more ideation. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson, former NFL star, has died. He was 54. His cause of death is undisclosed. That's one. Reports indicate that he had been managing recent health issues, which had led him to take a leave of absence from his position as a history teacher at Landon School of Bethesda, Maryland. That's right. Not too far from here. About a hop, skip, and an hour away. Johnson collapsed at a hotel while attending a football game for his son, highlighting the sudden nature of his passing. And when I don't mean passing like in he was like, here we go. No, I mean passing like in, that one. The other passing. The one that you wish somebody would intercept. Trey Johnson was a one-time Pro Bowl offensive lineman. He played 93 games in the NFL for the Washington Redskins. That's right, because that's what they were called back then. And the Cleveland Browns. Do you think I'm going to watch my mouth and not say Redskins when I'm sitting there saying motherfucker and not for an hour? No. If I can say motherfucker, I can say Redskins. Rest in peace, Trey. You taught history after your football career was history. Can I get a Redskin jersey? Or whatever they're made of these days. I don't know what those jerseys are made of, but back then they were made of Redskins. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Eric Dane. That's right. Brother Eric Dane, actor, best known for playing Dr. Mark McSteamy Sloan on Grey's Anatomy, has died. He was 53. Dane's cause of death was amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. That's right, ALS. That is unfortunate, because if he had AMS, he would be alive today. No one has ever died from amyotrophic medial sclerosis. It's always the lateral one. But the medial, no one's died. And that's because the lateral sclerosis goes like this. See, back and forth. Got nowhere to go. Medial goes this way, and it can get out. It doesn't have to come back in. See, I think, I'm not a doctor. I just know that no one's ever died from amyotrophic medial sclerosis. Prove me wrong. Dane also played Captain Tom Chandler in The Last Ship and Cal Jacobs in Euphoria. His career spans TV and film, including Valentine's Day, Burlesque, and a recent projects like Bad Boys, Ride or Die. Speaking of Bad Boys, a former Grey's Anatomy actress has accused the late Eric Dane of bullying her during her time on the ABC medical drama, Grey's Anatomy. Laura Ann Tull, who says she worked as an extra on the long-running series for 3 years, responded to a Threads post from Variety announcing Dane's passing by writing that he was a bully and an a-hole. That's a quote. Bully and a-hole. We can assume that the A in the a-hole does not stand for acting. In subsequent replies, she escalated her claims, at one point referring to him as true evil. That's right. That's also a quote. True evil. And alleging that his behavior had long-term consequences for her health and career. Rest in peace, Eric. You'll find out if you were true evil when you see who your eternal roommate is. That's right. You'll be like up and go like, Epstein? Fuck, I must have been bad. Can I get a do not rest on your career? No, do not rest your career on your laurels. That's right. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Neil Sedaka. That's right. Neil Sedaka, American pianist, pop singer, and songwriter, has died. He was 86. His cause of death is undisclosed. That's 2. A prolific songwriter, he composed hit songs for The Carpenters, Captain and Tennille, ABBA, and many more. I asked AI if Sedaka had written any songs for any Black artists, and it said yes. It said Neil Sedaka wrote songs for several Black artists, including Connie Francis. That's right. And who recorded Stupid Cupid and Where the Boys Are. Sedaka's collaboration with other artists, such as Elton John, also included contributions to their music. And by their music, they mean Black music. That's right. So those are the 2 Black people that he wrote for, according to AI. Wow. Talk about taking Black jobs. I do not know how far back AI went to find the Black genes in those 2 people. It's like, we're going back 100 million years or something. We're going back 50,000 years. We're going to find some Black somewhere. That's right. Sedaka first enjoyed success in the 1950s and 1960s with hits like Oh Carol, Calendar Girl, and Happy Birthday, Sweet 16. He had a career revival in the late 1970s and was also a prolific songwriter, composing hits for other performers. What? Oh, other hits. Yeah. Okay, like Stupid Cupid, Calendar Girl, Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, and Love Will Keep Us Together. Rest in peace, Neil. We will not be saying Sedaka is back. No, not at the end of this one. Oh, shit. I don't know what I'm getting. I'm going to say this. That's right. Can I get a muskrat to love? Actually, I don't know if he wrote that. I didn't finish the sentence. I had to think of something to say. And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at Mind Dog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they are here, wishing they were anywhere today. And that ought to be worth something. That's right, Lord. It ought to count for something. MindDogTV.com/merch. You know, St. Patrick's Day is just 17 days away. You still have time to order something nice for that Irish in you or someone else. Now, if you don't have someone with Irish in them, just give them my number. I'll give them a little Irish. I got a little Irish about, let's say, I think it's, actually, I don't have any Irish in me. But I can drink some Irish stuff and put it in them. Now, I'm just trying to help you out. what I'm trying to say is spend your green on our green. St. Patrick's Day, 2 weeks away. Boom, boom, now, oh yes, what everybody's waiting for. Everybody, grab your bump. It's time. It is time. Everybody, grab your bump. You got your bump. Are we ready to bump? Do the bump, do the bump. That's right. Are we ready to bump? Yes, we are. Yes. Now, let's have a little bump for the Lord. Brought to you by Bump in a Bottle. Straight from our vineyards to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. It has to be true because we put it on the bottle. Just like Jesus used to make. That's right. Wow.
Praise the Lord.
That's the ammunition. And this is what we're shooting right now. Oh, Lord. That's right. Yeah, just like Jesus used to make. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah! Now, brothers and sisters, before I start our sermon, we're going to be looking at the lyrics of Rock Me on the Water by Jackson Browne. But before we do that, I want to give praise to our mothership program, Coffee with the Dog. That's right. That's been rocking for over 1,000 episodes, entertaining people far and wide and near and there. And I'll tell you what, if you have something you got to get off your chest and into the public, this is the place to do it. And Sister Curly Hair So Bright is going to tell you how.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
winter and spring
now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
That's right. Thank you, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. She's been with us for quite some time. That's right. A good number of episodes. She's here every week to do this live. That's not recorded. She does it live. And that little drop in her voice, she's got range. She's got range. And do I need to tell you? Do I need to remind you? She's single. That's right. Brothers and sisters, let us talk about Rock Me on the Water by Jackson Browne. Rock Me on the Water is a poignant and reflective song that explores themes of societal indifference, spiritual seeking, and the need for connection in a world filled with turmoil, uncertainty, and disconnection. Unconnectedness. That's right. The lyrics paint a picture of a society in crisis, on fire, urging people to wake up and take notice of the signs of trouble that surround them. That's right. Rock Me on the Water is a song that calls for awareness, compassion, and a spiritual connection to a troubled world. It encourages individuals to find solace and purpose by looking within themselves and reaching out to others in times of crisis. That's right. Thus saith the Brown. Starts off like this. Oh, people, look around you. The signs are everywhere. You've left it for somebody other than you to be the one to care. It starts off kind of heavy. He's saying, the opening lines, oh, people, look around you. The signs are everywhere, serve as a wake-up call That's right. Browne is addressing a society that seems apathetic and disconnected from the problems that are unfolding. That's right. He points out that people have become complacent, leaving it to others to care about the world's issues. That's right. Leaving it to others to care about the world's issues. But you have to be the one to care. That's what he says right there. You have to be the one to care. It's got to be you. Because other people need help. That's the first line. First 4 lines. Well, first two stanzas. That's the beginning of the song, damn it. Don't first verse. Don't make me count lines. I don't know how they do it. The song continues. You're lost inside your houses. There's no time to find you now. While your walls are burning and your towers are turning, I'm going to leave you here and try to get down to the sea somehow. Now, there's a lot to unpack in that one. A lot to unpack. Okay. First of all, he says lost in your houses, lost inside your houses. He could have said trapped. Okay. Because a lot of people are trapped inside the houses. They can't get out because of, they're in a marriage and they have kids. And if they leave, the kids are, don't want to leave the kids. Okay. Or they're trapped in the house because they have like a 50-year mortgage they can't get out of or something. Or, they can't get out because they've got no place else to go. That's trapped. That's trapped. Now, lost, that's different. Lost is you can get out if you can just find a way. It's like this. You're wandering. You just don't know. There's things going on, but you are lost. It's a feeling. Lost is more of a feeling, being forlorn, okay? That's what lost is, okay? Lost is that you're ready to give up. You're just tired, okay? Not trapped. Trapped implies you're still fighting to get out and but lost is something else. And lost is a very biblical thing, kind of like the Jews were lost for 40 years in the desert, okay? They were trying to find their way, but they just didn't know where to go, okay? That's lost. They weren't trapped in the desert. They were fucking lost. And that's what he's saying. These people are lost inside their houses. Now, Jackson Browne seems to have given up on those lost people in their houses. He's saying, I'm out. I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to find out. I'm going to get free somehow. You stay here. I'm gone. And I'm going to talk about that more in detail a little bit later, because he addresses that again a little bit later. There's no time to find you now. While your walls are burning and your towers are turning, I'm going to leave you here and try to get down to the sea somehow. Okay? Now, in the Bible, it is not uncommon to find this scenario. Okay, it happens frequently in the Bible. It happened with Noah and the flood. And it happened with Lot, with Sodom and Gomorrah. Both times there was a warning. Somebody came out and said, hey, shit's about to go down. Real serious. I'm getting out. Okay? You've been warned. You can stay if you want to. I'm getting out. Noah said, I'm building an ark. You can build an ark too. You just can't go on my ark. I'm not taking you. And that's if Noah were Dr. Seuss. Dr. Noah Seuss said that. Okay. Now Lot said the other thing. Lot says, Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. He says, hey, Sodom, Gomorrah, who are your favorite relatives? That's right. Pumpkin. That's right. Just your favorite fruit. Pumpkin. Get it? Pumpkin. That's because Sodom, they did that nasty stuff. But Lot says you can get out, but you got a limited time. This is a limited time offer, because once I leave, this shit gone. Hellfire, brimstone. It's all boom, boom. We're going to get you out. Jackson Browne is saying the same thing. He's saying, okay, things are burning. things are on fire, houses are burning, your towers are burning. I'm going down to the water, okay? You can come with me, but I'm not staying. I can't use the water to put your fire out. I can only use the water to get away because it's not real water. It's symbolic. You'll find out later. If it was real water, he could say, come on down and put the fire out. But that's not what he's saying. He's saying, like, I'm going to go down the water and get washed of all this shit. Okay, so you warn them. Now get yourself, you warn them. Now get yourself the fuck out of there. That's right. Shit's about to go down, and you don't want to go down with it. That happened, like I said, it's happened quite a bit in the Bible. That's right. The Lord says, you got a way out. It's a limited time offer. Thus saith the Browne. Now, the song continues. The road is filled with homeless souls, every woman, child, and man, who have no idea where they will go, but they'll help you if they can. The reference to homeless souls on the road reflects the plight of those who are displaced and suffering. Okay, homeless, not just houseless, but homeless, people that are still themselves struggling and wandering. But even though they themselves are in need, they will still help you if they can. Okay, those people, Browne suggests that despite the uncertainty of their own circumstances, they are still willing to help others. And the only way to know that is to have witnessed it for yourself. Maybe you yourself needed help, or he himself needed help. And they said, Mr. Browne, you're a millionaire, but you're lost. I can help you get your way. No. And he goes, whoa, but you have like nothing. He goes, I got this. But you really lost. You stay in this neighborhood, they're going to take all your shit. Let me get you out of here safely. This is emphasizing the importance of compassion and community. You're thinking about other people other than yourself. Community. The song continues. But everyone must have some thoughts. It's going to pull them through somehow while the fires are raging hotter and hotter. But the sisters of the sun are going to rock me on the water now. Break that down to two little parts. Okay, but everyone has some thought is going to pull them through somehow while the fires are raging hotter and hotter. Okay. While shit is obviously getting bleak, some people feel I got this. I can get us. I can get out. That's the thought. It's the thought that they have that say, I see shit's happening all around me. Things are burning, shit's falling, and all of a sudden, I think I know how to get out of this. But they don't really know the way. What they're trying to do is salvage what they got. They're not interested in escaping the fire. They're trying to stop from losing this shit. So they aren't going to escape the fire. They're staying behind to save the house, metaphorically, saving the house. Instead of leaving and saying, okay, I can get another house. I can't get another me. And they got that thought. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to save the house. It's like, no, save your motherfucking self. That's right. Now, but who are the sisters of the sun? Okay, who are the sisters of the sun? That's right. Because he talks about them a lot in this. The sisters of the sun. Now, if the sun is Jesus, as it often is in these metaphors, the sun and the sun, S-U-N, S-O-N is the same thing. If the sun is Jesus, the sisters are those who stood by him steadfast the whole time. Now, if we go back to scripture, New Testament, it's always the men that deserted him, right? It's like, hey, Jesus is on the cross, and he's like, hey, Roman guards, you fucked up, because I got friends. I got lots of friends. Oh, yeah, I got a whole army. Hey, Peter, don't turn your back on me, Peter. Stop laughing. I got more friends than Peter. I got more friends. Hey, Judas. He did what? For what? 30 pieces of silver. Hey, Judas, how about I give you 50 and you just blow me? All right. But the women stayed. Okay, they were the last ones to with him when he was at the cross. He says, why are you crying, woman? That's because they were there. He didn't say, why are you crying, man? The men gone. They ran off. They're like, we're going to get killed too. As if they weren't stoning women back then. The men were like, oh my God, they were stoning women. They were, if nothing else, that society, even though they were sexist, they killed women just as quickly as they killed men. Okay, that was something they ain't fuck around with. They stoned a woman, they burned a woman. It didn't matter. So they were in just as much danger as the men, but they stuck around. Okay, they stuck around when he was dying on the cross, and they were the first ones to find out that his tomb was empty, because they were tending. They never left him. See, so those, I think, are the sisters of the sun, the ones that stick by and stay close and keep the faith. Those are the sisters of the sun that I think he's talking about. Yes, indeed. See, the sisters of the sun they were the last to leave and the first to come in a spiritual sense. Because in a practical sense, it's the men who are the last to leave and the first to come. But we're talking spiritual right now. We'll talk that other stuff later. The song continues. Rock me on the water, sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? Rock me on the water, I'll get down to the sea somehow. I'll get down to the sea somehow. Now, waters are very important when it comes to the biblical, all right? Okay, it's not too long ago we were talking about the River Jordan, okay, and how crossing the River Jordan and getting down to the sea, like when the Jews were escaping Pharaoh, if you want to look at it like that, they reached the sea, and once they got to the sea, it wasn't just getting to the sea, they had to get across the sea to get to safety. So when Browne is saying, I'm going to get to the sea, that's just the beginning. Once you get to the sea, you got to get across it. Now, rock me in the water could also be like, here we go. It's like a baptism thing as well. You get them in the water and you dip them back and you hold them under water. I'm sorry. That's the way we were taught to baptize. But the recurring imagery of rock me on the water serves as a spiritual metaphor. It represents a longing for solace and guidance in the midst of chaos. And the water symbolizes a source of comfort and renewal, okay, like the baptism. But also he says, my fevered brow, like I'm burning up. And when you have a little baby who's got a fever, you put them in the tub, you help cool them down, bring the temperature down. It's the same thing. It's like, I'm feverish. I got a fevered brow. Put me in the water, bring the temperature down. Calm me, okay? Calming effect. The water symbolizes a source of comfort and renewal, akin to the calming influence of faith and spirituality during the turbulent times. That's right. And it continues. O people, look among you, okay, which is slightly different than what he said earlier, okay? Earlier, he said, oh, I can't go back there because I scrolled past it. But you can find out what he said, because this time he says, look among you, okay? And when you look among you, it's like you're looking at each other. Okay, look at each other. It's their hope. Is there your hope must lie, okay? So you're looking toward each other. Instead of isolating yourself from each other, look toward each other, and that's where your hope is, in each other. We help each other, okay? It says look toward each other. Now, once you do that, once you have hope, you can look up. It says there's a seabird above you, gliding in one place, like Jesus in the sky, okay? So it's saying, so you must be near the water. Once you look towards each other to see the seabird, you must be near the water, because that's where seabirds live, near the water. Okay. Now, what type of seabird? Well, it's not a seagull, okay? Because seagulls, well, they're nasty. And it's not a pelican. See, seagulls and pelicans will try to eat anything, okay? Now, and that's right, they'll try to eat anything. And seagulls, you'll see seagulls like miles and miles away from water. Okay, you'll be like, what the fuck is he doing over here at the mall? Because that's where the food is. They're called seagulls, but really they're like trash pigeons. Now, so what kind of seabird? Well, when Noah was trapped at sea, he sent out doves. Okay, he sent out doves, and when the doves come back with a little olive branch, he knew he was near land. See, now and the doves have remained a symbol, even though a dove is not a seabird. They remained a symbol like this, like on my Bible. They have a dove descending downward upon you, or it's flying up. So the dove is either flying up or it's descending. I have it descending. Okay, it's like it's bringing a message, but a dove is not traditionally a seabird. So what seabird is he talking about? I don't see bird. I don't know. I've been digging into that for the past hour or so, trying to figure out what seabird. But the point is, it's hovering, and to him, it's like Jesus. You know, Jesus is like that's the way, right there, waiting for you. Right at the water, showing you where the water is. It's like the bat signal, okay? The bat signal, the sign is up in the sky, but it's the source of the signal. That's where he wants to meet Batman. He doesn't want to meet Batman where it's shining. He wants to meet Batman where it comes from. So the bird, you can see the bird off in the distance, but you want to meet the bird where it came from. Right there, you want to go to the sea. That's a fucked up metaphor, and I screwed that up. I didn't think it through. So basically, I'm saying it's not Batman. It continues. We all must do the best we can and then hang out. Sorry. Let me start from scratch. Damn. We all must do the best we can and then hang on to the gospel plow. When my life is over, I'm going to stand before the Father, but the sisters of the Son are going to rock me on the water now. Okay. It's two different things he's talking about. Right now, he's being comforted by the sisters of the Son. But later on, because we all must do the best we can and then hang on to that gospel plow. Okay. I don't know what the fuck gospel plow is. I didn't get enough time to go into looking at it. I'm assuming that because the plow is used to till the earth so that you can plant. Okay. It's like in Ecclesiastes, a time to plow, a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to make plowshares, and time to break your plowshares and shit like that. Okay, so the plow is used to turn the soil so that you can plant new seed for something to grow. And so perhaps hanging on to that gospel plow is to hang on to the hope that new stuff will come along. Okay, new stuff will grow, better stuff. You don't want to grow worse stuff, right? Why would you want to grow worse stuff? You want to grow better stuff, equal or better. So perhaps that is the gospel plow. In a spiritual sense, you planting something new and it's supposed to grow. But says, but when my life is over, I'm going to stand before the Father. Okay, that's it. He said, I'll be judged then, perhaps, to see if what I plowed grew into something worth salvation. Did the works that I plowed, did the works that I started, did they turn into something good? So when I stand before the Father, he judges my works. Will that plow have been put to good use? Now, it says, but the sisters of the Son are going to rock me on the water now. So right now, I'm not dead yet. Things are burning. I need a little help. The sisters of the Son, they're going to rock them in the water. That's right. Now, the mention of a gospel plow alludes to the idea that individuals should hold on to their beliefs and values as they navigate life's changes. That's what the notes I wrote. I don't know why I just didn't read the next. I don't know why I didn't just scroll up and see that I wrote that instead of going off in the brain. I said the other stuff I said, that was off the top of my head. That's not what I wrote. This is what I wrote. The mention of a gospel plow alludes to the idea that individuals should hold on to their beliefs and values as they navigate life's changes. Yeah. It signifies a commitment to principles that provide strength and purpose. That's what I wrote. And I guess I forgot that that's what I put in there. Because the other stuff, right on top of my head, it's a beautiful head, isn't it? Continues, rock me on the water. Sister, will you soothe my fevered brow? Hey, rock me on the water. Maybe I'll remember how. Rock me on the water. The wind is with me now. So rock me on the water. I'll get to the sea somehow. And it keeps saying, rock me on the water. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rock me on the water. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rock me now. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rock me on the water. Ooh, 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 ooh. Rock me now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. In the song's conclusion, when my life is over, going to stand up. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. Stand before the Father, but the sisters of the Son are going to rock me on. I put that in the wrong spot. See, all that other stuff, that was on top of my head. That's right. The stuff I wrote, I didn't see it yet. It's right there. Apparently, I wrote that down and didn't. So you don't need to hear this shit again. You heard the good stuff. You heard the stuff that comes off my head before I write it down. That's right. And some of the stuff is like research, and I copy and go, okay, I'll copy their thought and I'll add my own. I do that a lot too. Yes, indeed. But that is the conclusion of that song. It just ends with rock me on the water. Okay. I will get down to the sea somehow. So the whole thing of the song is that Jackson Browne realizes that the world is in a crappy place and a lot of people need help and they need to help them. We need to help each other. Okay. We need to help each other until, we get to the sea. We need to help each other get to the water. Okay. That's what we need to do. We need to help each other get to the water so that we can be cleansed. Okay. So that we may drink. Okay. So that we may find comfort and be soothed. We have to help each other get there. We can't be fighting like crabs in the basket. Okay. You can't be fighting like Epstein's friends over a minor. We have to get along. We have to work together. Okay. So that concludes our examination. Hey, Brother Happy and Brother Bot. Hello, Brother Bot. That concludes our examination of Rock Me on the Water. Yes. And Brother Heavy is already committed to growing better stuff. Although I suspect that the better stuff that he wants to grow, some good shit. That's what I suspect. But who am I to look? I admire the Lord's weed. It's not the devil's weed. That's the Lord's weed. That's right. That's right. Makes us feel good all over. That's right. Now, I want to take this opportunity to talk to. I will promote a friend of mine. A friend of mine has a book coming out. Dear, deep friend. Been best friends for weeks now. And John Palumbo, he's got a book coming out, and just want to remind people of it. It's where's my scrolly? I'm gonna keep talking over top of this. Yes.
Swimming the Cleveland Ocean by John Palumbo, coming soon to audiobook, ebook, and paperback.
That's right. Now, I don't know the release date, but he asked me to get people interested. That's right. So he wants people to start saying, where's that book? How do I get that book? And reach out to the publishers and John Palumbo. Where's that book? How do I do that? Okay, give me that book. He wants people to want that book. So he wants people to know about the book and that it's coming, so that when it hits the ground running. And I told him I would do that because he's my friend. I love him like a brother. A very distant brother. So, good morning, sunshine. Good morning. So, brothers and sisters, I'm coming down to the close of this thing. That's right. Toward the very end. Yes, indeed. And what I'm going to do, let me see. This is March 1st. In about a little bit more than a month, G.D. Fenderson has a show, and it's going to be in Michigan at the Wealthy Theater. It's called Spotlight on Insanity. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that show, okay? It's going to be hosted by Half Baked, which is an improv group, okay? Improv duet. And what they do, this is how the show works. This is the format of the show, okay? They open up, they do a little improv with the audience, okay? And then they bring out the opening act, which is the Beeve Man, okay? Beeve Man, you may know him as John Beavers. Beeve Man will do his set, and then the improv group comes back out and they do a little bit of improv based on what some of John's material was. So like if John talked about scratchy, itchy testicles, they would do some improv based on the scratchy, itchy testicles, okay? So it's like a new look at a joke you just heard. It's very good, though. It's very funny, very funny. And then they bring out the feature act, which is Krista Wright, Sister Krista Wright. And then she does her routine, and then the improv group comes back out after that, and they do a little improv based on some of her material. So she's talking about scratchy, itchy testicles. They'll sit there and do a bit about scratchy, itchy testicles, okay? And then they bring out the headliner, which is G.D. Fenderson. Okay, he does his bit. And then after he's done, the improv group comes out to close the things down. And they do a bit based on G.D. Fenderson's, some of his material, not the whole thing, but some of it. They'll pick out something and they'll reenact it with improv. Okay? So that's the Spotlight on Insanity. I know it's a crazy format, but we want to call it Spotlight on Crazy, especially since this is like the third or fourth show that we've done under that name. He's done under that name, Spotlight on Insanity. That's how he keeps his formats. He gives these shows different names, so he remembers what format. It's like when you see Spotlight on Insanity, you know that it's the improv group and the comics performing together. Okay. When you see Blessings and Blasphemy, you know it's me with my sex toys. Okay. When you see parodies or whatever, like I say, he's got different shows. You know what you're in for. But with GD, you never really know what you're in for. So that's coming up April 4th. And that's available on Plausible as well. That's why I can say it here, because no matter where you are, you can see it, because it's also being streamed live on Plausible. You can get tickets to the Wealthy Theater and see it live. Or if you're not in Michigan in Grand Rapids, you can see it on Plausible. Plausible.com. Plauzzable. That's right. So brothers and sisters, before we close, I want to thank those of you who have subscribed to my fledgling. Yes, I'm going to keep saying fledgling until I hit 1 million subscribers. So it's going to be a while. You're going to say, motherfucker, why you keep saying fledgling? It's been out there for a couple years. That's right. But I don't have 1 million followers. So I'm going to keep saying until I get 1 million. It's fledgling. Don't be pushing me. Don't be testing my patience. Don't be testing me. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with an E. And also to my Facebook page, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with an E. Okay. Brothers and sisters, bless you. I invite you all to go to gigsalad.com to check out G.D. Penderson. If you need to have a comedian for a private affair, he'll, usually drive within 6 hours of where he's located. But he did a private event out in California. See, so the motherfucker, he will go. He will go. Okay. He's a hardworking comedian. If he only worked as hard on his jokes as he does on traveling. Yes, indeed. Well, on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, my kids Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, our dog Stop Dropping, I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on Mind Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. That's right. So, brothers and sisters, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah. Fuck yeah!